Wait a minute. Sorry, it's freaking freezing right now, and I have the bullet heater on. So, welcome to Green Creek Farms. Today, I'm down here doing a few little piddling things. The first thing I'm gonna do is I went out to our camper that we use for bathrooms, staying overnight, things like that right now while we're working on things down here. And I swapped it to our big 100-gallon tank, or excuse me, 100-pound tank. The problem is the hose that I have right here, I'll take it and show you, that I connected it. Okay. The hose that I connected it with right here is leaking. This end is not leaking. I sprayed some soapy, like soap sud stuff on it, and it wasn't bubbling, nothing like that. But I could smell a little bit of propane just kind of close to everything. This end was leaking right here, and I don't think it's this part. Honestly, I think it may just be the O-ring, because I don't know if you can see or not. It's hard to see maybe, but that O-ring right there is very like dry rotted and flattened out and everything. So I wonder if it's leaking there and going past that. So what we're going to do right quick is we're going to replace this O-ring, and I'm going to put it back on there and see if it leaks, and we'll go from there. I've got a couple of propane tanks to swap it to, so I won't have to cut the heat off. So that'll be nice, because right now it's 36. I don't believe my watch, honestly. It's 36 degrees. I think it's a good bit colder, but we're supposed to get down into like the single digits and possibly negatives this weekend. So we want to make sure that our propane and everything's doing well there. So we'll get started doing this. All right. O-rings. O-rings. All right, let's see. First thing, I need to get a pick. And if you don't have a pick, that's fine. I just know that I had one. So you can use a flathead screwdriver, and also that may be what I even end up using here. Let's see here. There we go. Pulled right off. The reason I grabbed two of these kits, they're the exact same, but there's some O-rings missing out of some of them. So I just wanted to make sure I got the right size, and I didn't have to settle there. It's a little too big. You get these things on Amazon, anywhere. O'Reilly's, Advanced Auto, doesn't matter where. You can get them pretty much anywhere, part store wise and everything there. So, I'll be honest with you, I think that's almost the same. Let me lay these on top here. Yeah, that's what it is. This one's just been worn down so much. These two, they look a little bit different, and a little bit, this one looks smaller than this one, but I think it's just this one's been flattened out and worn so much, because you can see on the edges, I don't know if you can see, there's a little, like a little furrow or a little rib there where it's just been smashed and pressed down. So we're going to try this one right here, and we're going to put it on here and see. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to try it and see what happens. At the very least, these things right here, I can probably go to the store and buy one of these. I was just going to try to fix it while I was here at the farm, so I didn't have to leave and go buy something, because the store that would have these is decently far away. So, but let me go out and hook this up, and we'll spray some bubbles on it after we get it hooked up and see what happens. I keep a pocket adjustable wrench on me. My dad keeps a pocket screwdriver and a flashlight. I keep a flashlight too, but I always forget it. But this one I seem to remember to carry. I had to use a pair of pliers on this earlier to take one of these loose, because I'm pretty sure it was frozen. When I was out here this morning, it was below freezing, trying to get a lot of this stuff done. So, okay. Now, that is connected. Everything looks decent here. That propane tank is the one that's working, so all I'm going to do is turn this one on, because the pressure in the line will be enough to tell me if that's leaking or not. So let me go grab my soap suds, because I think I forgot that inside the barn. Right, try to get you guys positioned to where you can see this test. And all this is just, I mean, it's literally awesome. But anyway, it's just soap suds, pretty much. You can use soap and water. They make specific leak detector, I believe, that you can buy. I usually just use like some Dawn dishwashing liquid and a little bit of water, because if it will suds up, that's really all you're looking for, because that'll tell you where your leaks are pretty much. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna turn this on. We're on here completely. The other end over here doesn't need to be on. It's just connected to the connection there. So we'll try that. We'll look and see. So here, where it was leaking before was right here. So we'll spray that first and see. It looks like it's still leaking. Let me make sure I've got this tight enough. Don't want to over tighten it. Oh yeah, see, you can still see the bubbles coming out even with it tightened. So there's something wrong with the hose, so we'll go a little bit further and see. So we'll turn this off. I'm gonna unhook all this stuff. We'll go back inside and we may take a Dremel tool, take this off and see what's going on with the hose there to see what's going on. See about some tools. I am going to go look because that O-ring just does not feel right. It doesn't. I mean, it's super see, it's super loose. Like this one I had to pry off of there. I'm pretty sure, yeah, the inside diameter is a good bit smaller, so I may look for another O-ring because it's hard for me to believe that went bad there when it's leaking like right under there. It's not leaking around this part. Is where that is not a seam. There's not even a welded seam there. But I'm still wondering about this. So I'm gonna look see if I can find some more O-rings in my kits over here. Okay, so I went and found another O-ring kit, and yes, you need this many, by the way. You need all of the O-ring kits. I would buy 60. I'm just kidding, but you need a bunch of O-rings anyhow, because here's the old one right here. Okay, here's the old one here, and the one that I used previously, the inside diameter or the ID was not as much as this. It was very easy to put on this right here, which I kind of felt a little bit leery of, but we still tested it. This one, the inside diameter is the exact same as this old one. Now it looks a little bit different, and maybe just a little bit. Well, it's not really even a little bit thinner. This one's just a little bit more worn, but this is almost the exact same size, if not the exact same size. So we're going to do it one more time. We're going to put this one on, and we're going to try it and see if this fixes our issue with the leak. Because I think the other one may have just been getting crushed too much, and there was too much space up underneath the O-ring. So we're going to put this on and see what happens. Now we're going to slide this. Yeah, this one, yeah. Ooh. Yeah, that one looks almost exactly the same as the other, and it was a bit harder to get on there. So makes me feel a little bit better. Like I say, it still may be this right here, but there's not a seam that I can see for anything. Well, there might be. Yeah, there's a little seam right there. It could be leaking, and that'll be the next thing that we try and test and see what's going on. But for right now, we're going to try the O-ring. I want to try the simplest things first because I really don't want to cut into this if I don't have to. Because that means I'm gonna have to do some different things to it and just kind of probably I'll probably have to cut this off and put a O-ring, or excuse me, a hose clamp on this, and probably put another hose clamp on this if this is what is leaking. So we're gonna walk out there one more time and give this a shot. They'll start moving right when I walk out, I'm telling you. They're wanting hay or feed, probably both. Okay, and I won't bore you with hooking this up again. We'll just skip this, okay? All right, here is test number 2 of the O-ring replacement. So we're going to open this. There we go. And give it just a second, see if there's anything, you know, there and everything there. I've already kind of wiped this off too, because get more soap on there, you don't really know what's going on. So all right, we've got it, gave it a chance, and let's see. Okay, it's still bubbling, but one thing I did not do is tighten this with my wrench. So we will tighten this. So that's tight there. And the tighter it gets, the more it leaks. Yep, still leaking. Okay, we'll go further. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to cut this off with my little old Dremel tool. Actually, this is a Black & Decker Wizard, but same difference. Dremel tool, whatever it may be, with a cutoff wheel. So we're gonna give that a shot. And always remember, safety last. So we're gonna use some safety glasses here. Maybe a little loud, so I might choose to do a time lapse through this. Just kind of depends, because it might stand to be a little bit annoying with the sound of this, so we'll see. There's a problem. The hole in the middle's too big. Let's see. Yep, that's what it was. The thing's wobbled so much to where the hole in the middle is too big for the screw to even hold it. There's what it looks like in the middle. There's what it's supposed to look like. Big difference. So we'll take this screw out and fix it. Now, let us see how this does. I'm gonna cut the other side too. I probably should have already done that. There's probably those of you that are screaming at the screen right now, asking me why I didn't cut the other side. And my answer to you is, I have no answer. I don't know. Hopefully I cut through a little bit of that. Now, everything looks good there. It could just be the actual barb. Oh, got into the barb a little bit with my Dremel tool. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go grab a couple hose clamps. I'm gonna cut a little bit of that off, and we will repair it. Cut my finger and go from there. Okay. I think we got everything. Go. All right. Now, since this is all back just like it needs to be, we're going to slide 1 on, 2 on, and then put this up in here. We'll put it all the way up to the hilt there. And we'll slide these. I don't want to slide it crazy close because I still want to be able to get a wrench on that. So I'm going to tighten it just a little right here. There we go. Just enough to make sure it won't move. And I'm going to actually take my wrench, put it on it, and make sure I'm not going to have any issue. Oh, perfect. I actually can go a little bit closer than that. So what we will do, I'll loosen it, slide a little closer, and tighten it again. And I know it looks like it's a lot closer than it is, but this falls down a little bit. So as long as I can get this on here and this clamp doesn't interfere with me tightening or anything, that should be fine. So we're gonna tighten this bad boy down. I'll try to get it pretty snug. And I'm also going to tighten the other one right behind it. But I'm going to tighten it on the other side. Is there a reason to tightening it on the other side? Yes and no. some people argue that when you tighten it, the point that you're tightening it at is a weak point as far as like leakage and things. So if you can stagger those, probably would help a little. One thing I've noticed is just when you're trying to get the stupid things off, it's much easier to do it if they're opposite each other instead of if they're both right over here, because you have a little bit more room to kind of take them off. And in this case, on this particular piece of hose, I kind of want them a little bit farther apart because I've got a feeling I may have to redo this again. This line is very long, as you can see. We don't really need it this long, so we've thought about taking and cutting it to a little bit better length. Right now, we're just trying to make it work to get past this cold spell, so that's what we're going to try to do there. But later on, we may do some things, so that's why I want to have this prepared. All I'm doing here, I'm just going to move this. This kind of twists a little bit over to the side. I'm just going to pull it down, twist it back on. Okay. All right, so that looks like we are finished with that repair, we hope. So we're going to take this out there now and see if we still have a leak. If we do, honestly, it's going to be the integrity of the metal more than likely. Could possibly still be the O-ring, although I doubt it, because these O-rings were the exact same size, and it seems like this one seals off really, really well. So we're going to try this and see what happens. If this doesn't work, I may end up just purchasing another one of these. They're not very expensive. You ask why I didn't just do that to begin with. Well, you can't always find these in stock. So if you're caught in a pinch where something's leaking, kind of wanted to make sure that y'all knew how to repair some of the ends of these things and some of the things that could go wrong. So we'll take it outside and go from here. It'll open. There's open. All connected. And as you can see, no licky licky. John from Farmcraft. Looks to be doing good. So now what I will do is what I was going to do this morning when everything went awry, is I'm going to take and I'm going to swap the tank over to the big one, and I'm going to turn these off. Here, this one is off already. This one is off, and I'm going to put my little plug there just because I don't want any ice or critter or anything like that getting up in it. Okay, so we're good and tightened. Got this here. Should be good to go. This bad boy is full right here. So I think that's got it.